Cat Island Uprising, Freedom Called, 1831. This is Cat Island, Bahamas, where in 1831 a revolt for freedom shook the very foundations of slavery. Hunter's Golden Grove estate spanned 400 acres and was among the largest slave-holding properties in the Bahamas. In early 1831, it held 115 enslaved people, a number rising to 120 by emancipation. Hunter and his daughter together controlled over 200 enslaved people, amounting to about 1/3 of Cat Island's total enslaved population. The enslaved community was born in the Americas, young. In fact, half were under the age of 13 and mostly tasked as field laborers. Just weeks before the uprising, tensions rose over holiday scheduling. The Consolidated Slave Act of 1797 allowed rest on Christmas and 2 following days. In 1831, Christmas fell on Sunday, a day already designated for rest. So Hunter named Saturday the day off. But the enslaved refused, demanding Wednesday instead. On Wednesday, December 28, 1831, when Black Dick Deveaux rang the work bell, the plantation's enslaved defied orders. They refused to go into the fields, an act of resistance, akin to labor strike. A few days later, allegations of theft against 3 young men inflamed tensions further. On December 30th, roughly 40 to 50 enslaved men and women converged on Hunter's house. Some bore a single musket, smuggled or hidden in violation of the law. A brief shootout followed. Jack, accused of stealing fruit, was hit by gunfire. One of Dick's daughters was wounded in the arm. Though no one died, the message was clear. They would not comply quietly. Authorities responded swiftly. Lieutenant Hookey of the 2nd West India Regiment was dispatched. By mid-January, Dick Deveaux, 7 men and 2 women were arrested. Their trial commenced on January 25th, 1832. Dick and 6 men were sentenced to death by hanging. The other defendants, 2 women, were spared execution. Ultimately, only Dick was executed on February 8th, 1832. The others, including his sons, were later pardoned or spared harsh punishment. The plantation continued, but the legacy of organized resistance endured. This uprising was more than an isolated unrest. It reflected broader themes: local resistance, responses to amelioration laws, and the role of authoritative enslaved leaders like Dick mobilizing others in a labor-style protest. These actions rippled outward, intersecting with abolitionists and the abolitionist movement, gaining traction across the British Caribbean. Though suppressed, the Golden Grove Uprising was never forgotten. Its echoes endure in the strength passed down through generations, in fields still tended by descendants, and in stories born on Cat Island's wind. Resistance, once ignited, never truly dies.